Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you an exciting new update on itslearning and its integrations between itslearning and Google Meet. So essentially what you can do on itslearning now is you can start, create, and host a Google Meet all within this platform. So it's less toggling open another tab and having to create from there and then copy a link over. It can all be within itslearning. And we've set it up to where it's going to be secure for your students and safe. There's just a couple of tips and guidelines I'm going to go over today to make sure that you're making the most of this tool and to make sure you set it up so that students can't join before you and that you're the last one to leave the meet and then students can't rejoin after you have left. So to use this new feature, it is on the rich text editor. So the rich text editor is the toolbar that you use to add links, videos, hyperlinks, and all of those other pieces on itslearning. And the feature for you to start and create Google Meets is only available to teachers. So students can't be creating them, and they can't even do that with their profile type in Google anyway. So only teachers and staff profiles have the ability to do this. So what you can do is I'm just going to go through and imagine like I'm going to create a Google Meet here for my class. So this is on a page. You can do this on a page, on the assignment, on a note. Essentially, wherever you can use the rich text editor is where you'll see this function. It probably makes the most sense that you use this on a page as kind of a starting point for your students to connect with you. But you could also use it on an assignment if maybe their assignment that day is to check in with you and you just have the Google Meet link there. All right, so I've typed out a few of my instructions pieces and those things. And here is the rich text editor toolbar. If you don't see this right away in a place on itslearning, sometimes some of the buttons are not showing up, so you'll just click more options, but I can see all of them right here on the page. And what I'm going to do is click right here. And if you hover over this, you'll see this is a new button. It should appear now on itslearning. The feature has officially been rolled out and turned on. So right here is the Google Meet button. And then I'm going to click this Google Meet. And what it's going to do is it's going to use Google Meet's compatibility with itslearning to create a Meet for me. So I'm going to give this Google Meet a title, whatever it is. All right, so I have a title here. Technically in the space below this, you can schedule a time that your Meet starts and stops. However, I will say this is it doesn't hold you to the time frame that you put on there. You can start the Google Meet earlier, you're the host, and you can also have the Google Meet go for as long as you want or have it end earlier. This is not something that cuts off your Google Meet, ends it, or only allows you to start it at that certain time. And when I click create, it's going to show this little content block in my content editor right here. And when I click OK is where it's going to turn this space into a hyperlink, and that's how my students are going to join. Now, if you created Google Meets with a nickname before, your students might need that nickname as a code to join the Meet. That's not what they would need right here. However, it is really important that you do this next step right after you create this Meet, because right now, the way I have this set up, and the way that the Google Meet piece works on itslearning is technically students could join this Meet before I'm on it. And that's because it's not set up in the same way that a nickname works. So what I need to do is I need to configure some of my settings here in this Google Meet and go to my host controls and immediately join this and turn it off so that every single student has to be admitted to the Meet. So that way they can't join before me. And whenever the Google Meet ends, they can't rejoin after I have left. So as soon as you make your Google Meet, the most important next step is to join it right away. And right when you join it is when you're going to click this blue button called Host Controls. And I'm going to turn off Quick Access. So what that does is it tells you right here that anytime someone tries to join this Google Meet, whether it's another teacher or a student, I see a little notification that pops up to admit them or to deny them entry into my Google Meet. So this just allows it to be a little bit more secure so that your students can't join before you, they can't stay on afterwards, and protects you from any weird situations of students joining before you want them to. So I'm actually going to demonstrate this here with you for a few minutes. I'm going to have two students join this Meet, and you can see what it looks like from their perspective, and so you can see what it looks like when you have to admit someone into the Meet. So that's just the key piece here, is make sure that if you use this tool in itslearning, that you turn off Quick Access right after you make it in that content block. So after I have joined the Meet, I can admit. Hooray, we made it. So this is what it would look like for your students. You would see the notification to let them in. And whenever you are ready to leave the Meet, as long as you have turned off Quick Access here, That means that every single time someone tries to join, they have to be admitted in. So if you remove students or ask them to leave at the end of the meet and then you leave, there's no one there to admit them in the future. So they can't rejoin the call without you. So that is Google Meet with its learning integrations in a nutshell. If you happen to get kicked out of your Meet or you lose connection, since you're the host, you can rejoin. Your students just won't be able to unless you have to admit them back in again. Really important that you follow that step to turn off quick access so your Google Meets are secure. We hope you like this tool and it helps improve some efficiency and workflows for you. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.